Morning, everybody. This is Mr. Mwano, taking you through with mathematics. Yeah, for grade 11, for grade 12, the final. Then we are going to start with a hyperbola, which is the easiest function, which is the easiest graph. So you have to get a total in this question. See, yeah, I'm going to give you around 8 marks on your final exam paper. Yeah. All right. Let's start by giving you the equation of the hyperbola. Then let's say you have f at x is equal to all over x minus 3 minus 1. Then obviously they will ask you to determine the equation of the asymptote. Well, that is easy. That is your first 2 marks. Okay? Let me show you how do you determine those equations. Okay. Let's start with the easy one. If you determine for y asymptote, then you'll just pick. Okay. Firstly, we all know that this f at x stands for y, which means if they need me y asymptote, I'll just take this y and equate it to -1, which is this -1. Always take this number, take this value of q. No matter it's positive or negative, just take it with its sign. Don't forget its sign. Take it. Then for x, for the asymptote of x, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna take this part of your parabola, which is x minus 3, then equate it to 0. Let me show you. I'm gonna have x is not equal, but x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then you solve for x. We just transpose 3, then we get -3. No, we get a +3. So that is your equation of the asymptotes. Both asymptotes, that is y and x equation of the asymptote. Okay. Then the next question that they will ask you is that after having those asymptotes, okay, let's put it here because we might need them. It's y equal to -1 and x equal to +3. Okay. Now we move forward. Then they will ask you to give the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Well, that is easy. Then to get the y-intercept, it's usually 1 mark or 2 marks. Okay. How do you get it? You just change this f at x and put y is equal to all over x minus 3 minus 1. All right. Then you let x equal to 0. Then wherever I see x in this equation, I'll put 0. Then this equation, okay, now I'm solving here. Then I will have y is equal to 2 all over 0 minus 3 minus 1. Then you put this in your calculator, then get the answer. I suppose the answer should be -5/3. I think so. Yes. Then let's get the x-intercept now. If we're looking for an x-intercept, it's easy. You just let y now equal to 0. You see, this thing is vice versa. If I'm looking for a y-intercept, I let x become 0. If I'm looking for x-intercept, I let y become 0. So wherever I see y in this equation, I'll put 0. Then since y is a kaleni, I'll have a 0 equal to 2 all over x minus 3 minus 1. Okay, then I solve for x. Then again I'll transpose this one and to this side. Okay, I will have 1 positive 1 is equal to 2 over x minus 3. Then we all know that we have to cross multiply. Then 2 is equal to x minus 3. Solving for x again, transpose this negative 3 to the side, then you will have 2 plus 3 equal to x, which gives you 5 is equal to x. Okay, now you have both y and x intercept. Obviously they will ask you to they will ask you to draw the graph. Hang it. So don't worry, that is easy again. Now let's sketch the graph. Okay, your graph will be like this. Okay, don't forget to put x and y up here. Then you remember that you get your equations, your asymptote. Then firstly, if you sketch the graph, start with the asymptote, so that you won't cross the lines of asymptote. Since you're not allowed to cross the line of asymptote, your graph must not cross the line of asymptote since it is the parabola graph. Okay. Now, okay, let's sketch the asymptote, the lines of asymptote. For the vertical asymptote, which is the x asymptote, it's positive 3. Then I'll just pin it here. Here it is. This is okay. This is x is equal to 3. Then for the y asymptote, it is y equal to -1. Okay, for the horizontal one, I'll put it here. Y is equal to -1. Alright, now let's see. I guess this -5/3 it's supposed to equivalent to -1,7. Okay, now let's sketch the graph. Let's start with the x-intercept. X is equal to 5. Then you place a dot for x equal to 5, and then okay, you sketch your graph for the x. Then -1.7 can be right here. Then you sketch the graph. Right. Make sure that your graph doesn't touch the asymptote. Make sure that your graph doesn't touch the asymptote, so that your graph will be 100% correct. Then now we sketch the graph of f at x equal to 2 all over x minus 3 minus 1. All right, now let's carry on. The next question that they will ask you is that determine the they will say determine the line of symmetry. That is the easy question again. Since you have y is equal to 2 over x minus 3 minus 1, easy. Just use this part to determine the line of symmetry. Use this part. On my language, we call it ipozo. The boots is. You draw the boots like this. Then here is what you gotta do. Then you will have y is equal to x minus 3 minus 1. Put this on brackets, then put plus or minus. That's your first mark. That is your first mark. Then these questions it's usually 2-3 marks. Yeah. Then if they say give the line of symmetry with the negative gradient, then you just pick a negative sign there, which will be y is equal to negative into x minus 3 minus 1. Then you multiply, you solve for the bracket, the bottommost tells you, firstly solve for bracket, then you will have negative x plus u3 plus u3, okay, no bracket now, minus 1, okay, then you solve. This will be equal to negative x plus 2 is plus 2. That is your line of symmetry. That is your line of symmetry for the negative gradient. So now for the positive gradient, now we will have y is equal to plus into x plus into x minus 3 minus 1, which will be equal to x minus 3 minus 1. Then y uzolingana no x minus 4. That is your line of symmetry. Then the next question from the for the hyperbola, I think which question did I left? Nah, there's no question I left now. Oh, okay. Now it's for the interpretation of the hyperbola. Okay, for this interpretation of the hyperbola, they will ask you to determine the values of x for which to determine the values of h for which the graph of f at x increases. Okay, let's see the graph. The graph there, I increase. It doesn't increase. It decreases. Okay. What are we gonna do? Okay, for today, that is a topic for another day. For today, we will end here. It was nice having you. Then next time, see you next time. The next topic will be the parabola here on functions. Then we move to exponential. Then we move to cubic. Then we move to but we will deal with the graphs, every graph that you have in mathematics. So thank you.